Hello and welcome, this is RCSchim, and today I will review the DJI Phantom 2, not the Vision but the RTF model, which you can buy with the additional Zenmuse brushless gimbal. It's a really easy way to get into this hobby. So I prepared some of my multicopters here for comparison, for size comparison. And I have the DJI Phantom from a friend.
Ja, jetzt hat er grünes Blinken.
GPS lock. I have green blink, which means I'm ready to start. What I've seen so far really amazed me, and now I'm not really sure for myself what are the differences between, for example, the big black snapper here with brushless gimbal and the small and easy DJI Phantom 2. First, the black snapper. I already did an introduction to this beast, and I got it late October 2013. I had some really great flights since then. I didn't post many of them due to time, but it's really a great platform and a stable one. I get nice flight time considering the weight of 2.5 kilograms or so. I have flight times of really safe 12 minutes here with 6600 milliamp 4-cell. So that 12 minutes is much for my experience. Most of the time with the Discovery and with other quads I fly around 5 to 8 minutes. So 12 minutes really feels very long in the air. The black snapper has the same functionality like the little Phantom. Which brings us to the new Phantom 2 model. So now you may ask yourself why build the black snapper, which is a folding quad and which requires some evenings to build the kit, to assemble the kit. You have to do some tuning for the brushless gimbal, and overall I wouldn't consider it a beginner quad. So this is what I would call a really easy and nice beginner quad. It has self-tightening props. That's a great idea. They're all marked in which direction they have to be screwed on. The arms here have rotational marks, which is a nice helper. The case itself looks really sweet. All is enclosed in a plastic case. This, of course, is the optional Zenmuse gimbal with the GoPro 3. It only works with GoPro 3 as far as I know. And the gimbal itself has a GoPro 3 flat connector on the backside, which I'm not sure if it actually loads charges the GoPro 3. I'll have to check that out. But what it does, it gets the live out video from the GoPro 3. So this is really nice if you plan to not just fly line of sight, but if you want to go FPV with this setup. The Zenmuse will, of course, the main job is to stabilize on 2 axes, so the tilt and the roll axis, which is the main concern. And it also has vibration dampeners, which is really important if you want to get jello-free video. So if you want to go FPV with this bird, so they prepare the cable. You just have to, you can mount the transmitter maybe here or on some free leg. You just choose the right transmitter. I would go for immersion RC 5.8 GHz, not to collide with the 2.4 that is the steering here. You're ready to go FPV with this bird, which is, I couldn't imagine it being easier. If you want to go a little advanced, you can, and it's already prepared. I didn't do this. Here you have the CAN bus extension port. You can attach or connect an DJI IOSD Mini here. Get into the chain from this video out cable. Has to go into the IOSD, and the IOSD cable goes further to the video transmitter. So if you go this advanced route, it costs you around 50 or 60 euros, and it will take you maybe an hour to install this. It will really enhance the flight feeling and the information you get on your goggles. So I'd recommend this maybe as a second step. The quality, the video you can record with the GoPro 3, of course, is top notch. And the Zenmuse, in my opinion, is one of the best brushless gimbals on the market, so it does its job really great. And what really amazed me on this model, it comes with an USB port in the front, like all the NASA and most of the controllers do. But in fact, I didn't have to connect this to the PC to set up anything. The only thing you do is screw on the props, screw on the brushless gimbal, which is about 10 minutes work, plug in the brushless gimbal, charge the battery. I'll come to the battery later. Charge the battery and install batteries in the transmitter. So there's also a transmitter coming with the RTF version. In this case it's mode 2, so this is throttle up, throttle down, yaw. This is roll and pitch. It has these mode switches, GPS and 2x ATI. Oh, not. Yeah. Normally it's GPS, ATI and manual mode. And on the other half you have the course lock and the home lock modes, the intelligent orientation control, which is invented by NASA, or which is featured by NASA. They are also smart enough to attach you a little card with the color codes from the LED status indicator. So I just taped it on the back. Yeah, you can leave it on the transmitter, so you always have it with you. It's a really simple transmitter with 4 AA batteries. I would choose to install any loops, of course, to charge them. And you also have this slider here, which can control the tilt of the brushless gimbal of the Zenmuse. So you can look all the way down, 90 degree down, or straight forward. So this is really nice and convenient at this position. You can fly and at the same time control the gimbal quite easily. Yeah, they say the range is about 1 kilometer, which is pretty much the standard range for 2.4 gigahertz, I would say. I did a small mod here. I didn't like that you have a plastic clamp here that you have to screw on and screw off each time. Yeah, you have to have a screwdriver with you. If you just insert the GoPro in the back plate, it already sits quite firm. And to just protect it from falling off, I use this Velcro tape, this Velcro strap here, which is easier to remove. So I think it's nice and easy. Last time I let the GoPro installed in the Phantom overnight, and the next morning the GoPro was empty. I'm not sure if this is normal, but it looks like it's not a good idea to have it connected all the time. So it kind of discharged. Simple. And on the back we have the battery. If you press one time, you see the status indicator. I estimate that you fly around 15 minutes safe with the brushless gimbal and with some speed flying. So that's pretty good for 5200 milliamp battery. So here we have a size comparison, the Black Snapper on the left and the Phantom. I guess the main difference between these two sizes is that you simply have more steady flight characteristics of the bigger quad. It has more mass, so it wouldn't be affected by wind as much as the Phantom is. I'd say that the Black Snapper is more efficient, so it's double the weight for the Black Snapper and not double the battery capacity needed. The efficiency comes from the prop size, the motor and the weight. On the Phantom you have 10 by 5 inches prop, I guess, and they flex really easy, so they will not break. On the other side, the Graupner E-props are quite rigid and glass enforced. So the difference between those two motor and prop setups: on the left, the Black Snapper has 12 by 6 inches, so a bigger prop. You could even go up to 15 inches on this model. So the Black Snapper's motor spins 740 kV, so this makes 740 revolutions per volt. And the Phantom has 920 revolutions per volt, but they have different volts. The Phantom runs with 12 and the Snapper with 14 volts or 15 volts. They would spin roughly at the same revolutions. Low RPMs on the motor, a bigger motor and a bigger prop are better for efficiency. But somehow they managed to get the DJI Phantom quite efficient here. Maybe the secret is the prop. I'm not sure if they changed much on the motors. They look about the same size than the standard DJI 920 kV motors. Of course, the DJI motors here are unique spare parts for this model. So you have the prop nut built into the prop, and on the motor shaft you have the screw. So this is, say, counterclockwise, and the other motor has to be clockwise. So the secret is if the motor turns in its turning direction, it rather tightens himself instead of loosening himself. Quite strong, quite firm, inserted. It's basically a LiPo 3-cell, 5200 milliamp, 11.1 volts, so it's a 3-cell. It's encased in this plastic thingy. It has the power connectors built in here and the voltage the voltage monitoring goes on these contacts here. You can always check what's left in the battery, so that's nice. But of course it's a pricey battery. 130 euros. So that's quite pricey, and you would hardly be able to install your own batteries. So that's a downside of the concept, but for newbies it's great because there's a charger that comes with it that you just plug in here and it charges it for you and shows the status on the LEDs. So it's really easy and convenient. And you really just insert it this way. To turn on your copter, you just turn on your radio first, then press shortly the button one time and then hold it so it loads up. So you press once and then again a second time until all the LEDs go up. It beeps. And then here are really big LED status indicators. If this blinks green rapidly, it has stored its home position and has all the necessary sets. So once it's turned on, Zenmuse starts to work. And like its bigger model, the one I saw on the S800, the Zenmuse really works great. You can move it really fast and the cam will always look straight to you. You already see one issue with this small copter. If I tilt it forwards and spin the props, you can see from your perspective that the props will come into the frame if you fly fast forward. One thing to avoid this is just set the GoPro to medium field of view mode, so you get a narrower field of view and a lesser chance of getting the props in the way. And the other thing is to not fly fast forward, but rather slow, so you would not tilt your copter too much and don't see the props in the view. So now I'll try to show you the tilt using the controller. If I move it all the way left, it will slowly move all the way down and keep stabilizing, of course. And then you can look forwards. If you have to move really slow down, you can not do it jerky free. Maybe you have to do some tuning in the Zenmuse setup in the software. But the normal turnings, the default turning speed is quite nice for tiltings, for tilt shots. To turn it off, you press one short and then long, and it's turned off. Okay, so thanks for watching this review. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on these two approaches to have a fine brushless gimbal FPV setup. So if you're new into this and don't want to spend much money, you should definitely go the Phantom route. It costs 750 euros, which gives you the Zenmuse without GoPro, of course, which gives you the Zenmuse and the copter and the controller and one battery and one charger, so it's pretty much all you need to start flying. Leave me some comments, what you think. Are there differences between these two setups? Some guys of you may already have the Black Snapper and have something to say about the difference between the big setup and the small setup. The easy and convenience of the Phantom surely beats the Black Snapper. But what are the advantages of such a big quad? Let me know what you think. I'm not really sure at the moment. And probably if I had to buy one at this time, lazy as I am, I would most likely buy the Phantom V2 and have fun flying FPV with it.